Thank you, Stephen. Friends, fellow trades unionists, comrades, well, lesson one is don't mess with Alan Margam. I am delighted to be here once again. It's been, shall we say, an unusual turn of events. In the past few months, I've discovered that certain people in the world don't like me. Damien Green, former Tory minister, has warned teachers about me. Certain anonymous Labour ministers, it seems, don't like me. And I take great pleasure in the fact that Michael Gove doesn't like me. I'm honoured to bring a message today of solidarity from NASUWT, the Teachers' Union, from the classrooms of Britain. Solidarity from teachers standing shoulder to shoulder with key workers, remember that phrase? With every public servant, every community, every family let down by 14 years of austerity. I'm proud to have marched through this wonderful city on this wonderful day of celebration and solidarity. We march today behind banners that echo generations of struggle. Banners made by people who, in the most difficult of circumstances, had the courage and the confidence to envisage a better way of doing things. They could think about and fight for a world based not on exploitation and division, but on cooperation and on the interests of everybody. We can learn much from those who went before us. But we don't just march to honour the past. We march because that fight is still ongoing and is still needed. Indeed, that struggle is required now more than ever. We march as the Teachers' Union because the state of education is a national scandal. We march because our children are being failed. We march because other public services are being failed. Healthcare workers, local government workers, firefighters, refuse workers, all trying to pick up the pieces from relentless cutbacks over 14 years. We march because people demand and need hope and change. People want homes and jobs and good quality public services. This year, for teachers in England, ministers announced a 4% pay award. And the last 3 pay awards have certainly improved things. There's no denying that. But here's the truth. A quarter of that, 1%, is expected to come out of school budgets. That's not a fully funded pay rise. That's an ambush. That's a political trick that asks head teachers to choose between different groups of staff and choose between teachers' pay and children. And either way, the school and children lose. And let's say clearly from this platform, you cannot deliver world-class services, you cannot deliver a world-class education system on real terms pay cuts and on slashing funding. And think about this, in this day and age, in one of the richest countries in the world, in this region, in the northeast, more than 170,000 children living in poverty, in one of the richest countries in the world. That brings shame on the politics of this country and shame on the system that delivers it. And yet it is in these very communities that the government asks schools to make cuts. It asks teachers to find non-existent efficiencies. But teachers do more than making do. Every day they go above and beyond. They buy resources from their own wages. They stay late to help the kids who've got nowhere else to go. They spot the children who are going hungry. They step in where other services have been stripped away or scrapped. As other forms of social support for young people fall away or fall apart, schools and teachers pick up the pieces. They carry communities, consistently and relentlessly. But they are a breaking point. Teachers are leaving the profession. Recruitment is in a crisis. Retention is in a crisis. Morale is at rock bottom. And make no mistake, when teachers go, children and communities pay the price. Because while they plead poverty, the limited resources that are going into education, there are still people making a profit out of that. Chief executives of multi-academy trusts on £500,000 a year, and they tell us there's no money. Teacher supply agencies making £300 million in profit, and they tell us there's no money. Private providers for special needs charging £60,000 for individual children, and they tell us there's no money for education. That is profiteering with our children's futures. These individuals and organisations are ripping off schools, ripping off communities, and ripping off the taxpayer. And we say enough is enough. And last year, and Alan commented on it, last year people voted for change. They voted for an end to austerity. And I have to say this, attacking pensioners, attacking the disabled, attacking those on benefits is not ending austerity. It is continuing the attacks on working people. And I say this to Labour ministers. You have seen the anger provoked by the attacks on disabled people. That is not what people voted for a year ago. So don't be surprised when people react angrily, when people vote, frankly, in a different way. There is no God-given right to the votes and support of working people. You need to start listening, and you need a change of direction. And don't tell us endlessly that there is no money. Don't tell us that in one of the richest countries in the world. You know, the other week, a foreign politician, President Trump, told NATO members that they would have to increase defence expenditure to 5% of GDP. There was no debate in the British electorate about that, but it's remarkable that British politicians, the British Prime Minister, and indeed other NATO leaders didn't challenge that. Well, let's be clear, that's a decision that Parliament may make. Well, let's have a debate, because if that is the decision, that money is not going into schools and other public services. This is a rich country. And let's remember that some people, some sections of society have done very well in the years since the financial crisis of 2007. And people are sick to death of being told to tighten their belts. Enough cuts, enough outsourcing, enough expecting public sector workers to plug the holes and the gaps. So today, from this platform, we say, teachers say we won't be pitted against nurses or firefighters or rail workers or civil servants. We all face the same struggle, and together we can provide the answer. Let's be clear. We don't beg. We don't apologise for wanting decent wages and good quality pensions. We reject the race to the bottom. We don't apologise for demanding safe staffing levels to enable us to do our jobs effectively and professionally. We've demanded, we've organised, we've fought, and we can, and we will win. From the picket line to the front line, from pit villages to primary schools, our strength has always been in each other and in solidarity. So I say this to every worker, every trade unionist, to parents, to teachers: stand with us, speak with us, organise with us, march with us, because a better future is possible if we organise for it. We have the power in our hands. If we stand together, we can indeed change the world, and let's do it.